Do you believe we are live? And here we are on this beautiful Monday morning, or you might be watching this any other day of the week. So happy whatever day of the week it is that you're watching this, but right now it's being filmed on Monday morning from Facebook Live. Welcome and greetings, boy. The world is going crazy, is it not? Now, you might even have some kids going back to school. You might be going back to school or to work or whatever. So I know you just need a few good moves that you can put in through the day to work this middle. You know, when I ask people, what do you guys want? I get one of two. Pretty much, I get either do something for this middle, whittle the middle, or do something for the bat wings. So I thought, let's do a few more whittle the middles. Now, before you ever whittle the middle, it's really important to warm that middle up a little bit so that you don't pull anything, because what I'm going to show you today are going to be some great moves that I don't believe you've seen. So let's just begin. We're going to put our hands low here. You're just going to curl under. Now, I love with a curl, use the hands. So the hands are here, elbows are forward. So just really starting to warm that up. As you get there, pull that belly button in. Then you're going to push down. You're going to arch that tail. Shoulders are down. Fingers are up, and really arch so that you get it all the way. Let's do a couple more. So curling it under, you can tuck your chin. Push down and arch that back. But one more. Curl it under, pull that belly button, scooping in and up, and arch it. Come back to level. Let's do it up too. Most of us are so locked up in that mid back. This is really important. Hands up here on your rib cage, thumbs back. So you're just going to press that back right from here as you curl. You are a bit hunched because your hands are so high, and you're curling it under. Now press that rib cage forward if you can, and elbows back. So it's a similar movement, but it's a little more focused on rib cage, opening and curling for the rib cage. I love this move. And then I also love just doing a little bit of rib cage isolation. That is not easy, especially when you're pretty locked up and you're seated. Now notice my head doesn't move, does it? It stays right in alignment. It's only the rib cage. Good work. That's challenging. I challenge you to work that. And guess what you're working? Waist as you're doing it. So now just before we start, give me a nice knee bend. Now do some beautiful whole hip rotations. See if you can do it without moving the whole body. Although that's another great way to do it. You can then make it slower and just warm up that back. Okay, that's our warm up. You can do that all day long. You can do that in a chair. Yeah, you can. You're sitting, curling back and arching. You want to do it all day long. Keep that back and keep your upper body really loose. All right, here's our first move today. Today we're going to start with wood choppers. Now, I'm going to do it first without the ball. You can do it without the ball. Then we're going to add it, and then you can decide which way you want to do it. So you're out in kind of a plie position. Toes are turned out. So watch this. You can intertwine your hands or just keep them together, maybe like this, doesn't really matter. You're going to come up here. Oh, yeah. Watch that rotation from here. Notice how first my legs are straight. Now I'm going to bend and curl, and I'm going down in a diagonal and coming back up. Now, these first four, your emphasis is on the down, but the movement's the same. So here we go. You ready? So it's up, come down, bring it up. Bring it down, curling under when you come down, and pull that belly button in. Two more, looking. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly button in. Last one, and then pause at the bottom. Pause here. Same move, the emphasis on the up. You ready? Down. Down. Now really turn so you get that beautiful rotation at the top. Last one of those. Good work, come back to center. Now we're going to go to the other side. First one, we're going down first. You ready? Inhale. Turn. Up. Up. So you're straightening the legs and bending as you come down. Last one, hold it to down. Hold it to down. Here we go. We're going up. Up. And notice how your heart rate's going up as well. And there's your up, down, up. How about one last one? Up, and let them go. Shoulder rolls. Now, beautiful. Did you not feel how much rotation you were getting? All in the back, the whole body's working and the heart rate's up. Let's just try the same thing with a ball. Now, you can also use a pillow. You can use a roll of paper towels. It's all good. I'm going to use my ball for now. You can even use your gliding disc or a paper plate just to put it here. So you guys ready? Let's come up. We're going to start with the down. Here we go. Up, up. Do you get more rotation using the ball? Last one, hold it the down, hold it the down. We're going up. You ready? Down. Rotate on the down as well as the up. And just give me one more. Down and up. Good work. Come to steady. We're going to go to the other side. First emphasis is on down. You ready? And use your head. Now, you can use your head to look up and down. It will really work that vestibular system. You'll get more out of it. I can't do it too much because it makes me nauseous. I've been playing with it. But not everybody gets nauseous. So I'm going to challenge you to slow it down. I'll just do one slow and then come down and use your head. Notice how much more range of motion you get when you do turn your head and watch the ball. Good. Last one, and you're going to pause at the bottom. Pause at the bottom. You ready? Turn, turn, turn. Here we go. Back up. Up and down. Up and down. Two more. Up and down. Last one. Up and down. Woo! So you can see adding the ball just gives you even more rotation, range of motion. That's why I like adding it. We can get more muscle activation and rotation. All right, now that was a great move for standing. Now I want to take us down. We're going to be on our sides. So today the three moves are a standing, a side, and one where you're going to do some rolling down. So let me just make sure you can see me. You can. All right. So this is a little bit like a side plank with a V. You're going to love it. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to stick this right here at your hip. Good. And I'm going to bring this arm. So the the elbow's right under the shoulder. Okay. Bottom leg is bent out pretty high because you need it for support. The ball is right there at the hip. And I'm just going to move up a little bit because I can, my leg is right there at my bar, which won't feel so good when I come down. So here we go. You're stretching up. Now watch. Top arm, okay, is here. Now let's do the first one hand down. So you start to just get a sense of the feeling. You're in a straight line here. Foot is down, okay. So the first part of this is you're going to press that foot down, press down the elbow into the ground, and just lift the hip. You're lifting the hip up off of there. What are you working? Sides and down. So let's just do it again. Lift the hip, lift up, and down. One more just like this. Press the elbow in the ground. Good. So progressing on. Let's bring this arm up. Okay. So arm is up. You're going to reach up. Good. Take that top arm. Bring it even more towards your face. So palm down. Lift up as high as you can. Drop and bring the arm right down to shoulder height. And notice I switch so my palm is facing down. Let's just do it again. As we lift, palm lifts. Hip lifts, ooh, stretch, reach up those sides, and on down. Let's do three more. Push it. Lift up off the ball, and down. Press, lift up off the ball, and down. Last one like that. You ready? Lift up off the ball, and down. Now I'm going to add on. If this is all you can do, it is so great. Just hang there. If you want, I'm going to add on. So I'm going to lift up off the ball. I'm going to drop. You ready? I'm going to push my elbow on the ground and I'm going to lift the leg and stuff. Where are you going to feel it? Right there at the waist. And lengthen. So it's a lift. And you ready? Press, lift, and drop. Stretch up. Now I'm pushing off that elbow. I'm lifting the elbow to bring myself up. I'm looking there. How about just one more? Are you ready? Lift the hip. Hand up, push up. You did it, VC. Notice what all we're working, all on the sides. These are very novel moves. The body learns best and changes when you give it new ways to move. It loves that, and it will reward you, I promise you. with a little bit of inch loss, or maybe a lot, who knows? All right, so here we go again. You're gonna push that puppy in, elbow right under the shoulder. Do watch, you don't want to be out like this. You won't have good support. So you really want it there. Good, top leg is down. Beautiful. On the first part, let's just put our hands here. I'm just gonna roll so I feel confident. So I'm gonna push my leg in, lift the hip, and drop. That way you just get that sense. You're pushing everything in and you're lifting the hip and then bringing it back down. Let's add the arm. All right, so first we're gonna press, lift the hip, reach. You're reaching from the rib cage. Reach up as you lift and then come straight down. Good work. I'm gonna bring my arm down to my shoulder. I didn't lower it enough. Let's flip the hand, let's go. Flip, reach up and flip the hand to shoulder. Push, lift the hip, reach up, working those transverse abs. And to here, one more just like that, flip it up, really lengthen, and on down. All right, so if you're up with me for doing the adding on to it, let's go. So it's an up, drop. I'm gonna lift this elbow up and I'm gonna crunch and back. Lift up and to here, reach up and back. I'm just bringing my arm all the way up. That way it's right in the good place. Push, lift, feel the crunch in the waist. And down, last one, push, lift the hip, stretch that hand, arm up. You ready? Push and lift that leg and come on down. Nice challenge, right? Very different. You're working everything in this part of the core. All right, you guys, I'm going to lower my camera for a second, look down, and now we're going to do a move that is called the earthquake. Oh my goodness, you're going to see why it's called earthquake in just a minute. I just want to lower this so you can see. So this is where the ball is so amazing. If you don't have a ball, you can take like a long skinny pillow or a roll of paper towels will work too. Not quite as good, but it'll definitely help. You always want to really do, when you're doing any of these, it's so important to have that ball right there. Why? Because it protects your back. Sorry, you guys, I just don't want to be up against my my kicker here. All right, so you want to put this ball, really tuck it down under. This is why the ball's so good, because it's squishy, okay? Paper towel's squishy too. You want something squishy so you can really put that tail. It's almost like a little bunny tail that you're having under there. So putting your hands underneath your hams, pull yourself up. So see how that ball is just supporting you in this beautiful tall position. Check out all your points. Knees alignment with about the shoulders, actually. Okay, you can put them out to the shoulder instead of too close. Legs are down. You're pulling up. Chin is level to the floor. Don't lift it. And don't tuck it too much. It's level to the floor. You're pulling it back. You're lifting from the top of the head as you lift up. Should feel really nice and supported. Now, you're going to inhale first into the belly. Right, exhale, start to draw that belly in as you start to roll down. See how the ball will just hold you there. I want you to go to right where you start to feel that ab engagement. Just feel the ab engagement. Good work. And hold, shoulders down. You can release. I don't like holding on anymore. I like to just kind of release. Pull that belly in, looking straight ahead. You're going to lift up off the ball about an inch and then drop back an inch. Lift off an inch. Notice an inch is an inch. It's not a foot. And a little drop. Two more. Lift up a little, drop down a little. Now, if you can curl, pull that belly in and go down a little bit lower. Beautiful. If not, come right where you are. And now you're going to roll all the way back up. Tall in your bones. You can now put your hands either in shins or hamstrings and do a little bit of an arch of the back. So that will feel good. All right, now you're going to start to really feel what this is called earthquake, okay? I think you already kind of are getting a sense of that, right? So here we go. You ready? I want you to just bring your arms out, roll down to where you start to feel that ab engage. And I want you to really exhale and pull the belly in. So you want to keep that belly pulled in towards the back. How can you breathe? You breathe east to west into your rib cage. Just try that. Inhale east to west in the rib cage. Exhale, Keep drawing the belly in. So the arms are here, shoulders down, look straight ahead. I'll talk you through it. Shoulders are down. All I want you to do is begin to slowly bring those arms up in front of the head. You'll have to go all the way back and notice, just pausing there. You are going to start to feel the earthquake. Yes, that means your abs are going to be shaking. Now, do not move your head. Your chin is tucked. You're lifting from the top. No head movement. Nothing moves but your eyes. Take your eyes and look up. Oh my goodness, can you hang there for 4, 3, 2, 1, hands underneath those knees and roll yourself back up. Is that amazing? The shaking is the earthquake, and I know you felt that. There is not a better, really, ab move than the earthquake with the ball under there. This way, you are really working very directly and deeply into those core muscles without worrying about your back hurting, okay? You'll have to adjust to where you are. Don't go back too far if you can't support it. I'm going to roll back a little bit. We're going to do one more for rotation with this, okay? Here's what we're going to do. Bring the arms out, curl, inhale. So the inhale, you are inhaling. Exhale, draw the belly and relax the lower back. Go back until you feel that engagement. Shoulders are down. You can have your arms a little bit kind of in a wide, sort of the elbows are bent out to the side. Good. Now, let's intertwine our fingers, okay? And I want you to keep the hip down, both hips down. Just rotate those arms over to the side. Woo! Keep the opposite hip pressing. How about just little bellies in? You ready? We're going to come all the way center and then roll it up. Come center, roll up so you don't get hurt. Roll back down. Turn, keeping that hip down. Good. Little pulses. Belly in. Turn all the way back to the center and roll it up tall. How about one more time? Inhale. Exhale. Belly in. Roll. Come on over. Roll. Now, if you have the strength and the stamina, take that outside arm. Touch. Intertwine. Bring it back and roll it up. So you're taking now a longer lever on these muscles. So it is a little more intense, but you go to your place. Shoulder down. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the belly down. Come on over. Little tiny pulses. If you can take that arm over. Touch. Intertwine. Rotate right back to center and bring it on up. And now I like to take my hands under here and just give yourself a nice curl. And those are our 3 moves with the ball to whittle your middle for this week. So I'd love some feedback, you guys. What are you thinking? Novel ways of working in the core. So again, just mentioning, the body is so interesting, is it not? We're learning so much. We're learning so much about the brain to body connection. We're learning about hydration and fascia and the importance of this. We're learning so much about what we do with our eyes and our head makes a difference. I know you found that I have to go really slowly when I do this and really turn my head with it. But you know what? Here's what I've noticed. I have motion sickness anyway. I'll call it sickness, right? Even in the car, I have to be careful. So I know I already have a little of that issue. I thought that was just the way it was. But here's what I'm learning. No, I can change that. I can improve that by working in this way that we're talking, by really watching, turning the head as I turn. Turning the head and the eyes. I still get a little nauseous if I go too fast, but if I go slowly, it really makes a difference. So even if you are somebody that has motion sickness, try it. What I'm finding is over time, some repetitions, it's actually getting much better. So just some other interesting little factoids for us. And again, when we're working core, there's just so many muscles in here, so many parts that we just need to really work, embrace, and work in all the different ranges of motion. So if we just did the earthquake, which is wonderful, yes, that definitely works. It's working in here. We did the rotations, but boy, when you do all of this, you get the entire body in, and it's really functional, so that when we are in our life, right, and we have to reach something up off a, a big shelf, and then maybe put it down over here, we're getting functional fitness. We're moving the body in ways that we would move during the day, but we're strengthening it at the same time. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Please do them. Come back each day. We'll kind of get a sense of what is working. So Barb says, I make it look so easy. It's not, Barb. It's not for me either. I'm really working it. And I have noticed that over the last month or so, when I've been really working with some of these new moves, I am definitely cinching in here, ladies. I'm getting tighter, I'm getting stronger, and I'm really cinching in and up. It works. So let's say somebody else said, how do you know whether you've engaged your core best on that incline? Well, you know what? I can't tell you. Only you can tell you. How do you know? Well, keep the belly in, roll back slightly. Can you hold it? Come back up. So you have to play with it a little bit, okay? And I would say I would err on the side of not too much at first, because you're not going to hurt anything. The ball is there to support you. But let me give you, since you asked that question, see if I can give you a better understanding of that. So here I am. This is my good place. Now, if I go, like I can tuck under, I can go down to about here. If I go further, I'm not doing it. I'm like up too high. My belly's going to hang out. That's too much. So you start up, just start to relax the lower back, go back a little. I'm not feeling so much. I can go back a little. Okay, maybe. Then do this part with the eyes as well and come up. Go, okay, that was pretty good. I could do that. Maybe this time I go back slightly further. And let me try it here. Oh yeah, that's where I really get the shake. So you want to be able to feel the quake after holding it for a few seconds. If you don't, you lift the arms up and then just the eyes go up, and you really should shake if you are back enough. If you're too far, it's almost not as good either. So there is that fine line. You'll have to play with it on there, but you will find it. Here's something else that's just interesting. Is especially when you're back, I'm not going to bother tucking that puppy under there. But as you go back, when we're talking about core, I want you to think about this for a minute. Even when we're standing, let me do it standing. Standing as well, everything emanates, all movement is really coming from our core. Okay, so if you're trying, balance is also so important for all of us to play with balance. And balance is really about getting really tight, and engaged in your core, so that when your balance is good, right, you can move all the extremities around and have balance, okay? You can move them around. You can shake, right, if you're doing it this way, because my core is engaged. Now, if I'm not engaging and I start to shake, I'm not going to be able to do it, right? So you want to really feel like, how can you really get yourself engaged in a way that you can move around? Now, the thing that I wanted to say about that is, the closer in to your core that your extremities are, okay, makes it a little bit easier, right? So you're right here. Okay, this is what we do all day long anyway, isn't it? We're like all hunched in. We're good there. But as soon as you start moving the extremities out, now the core has to work even harder. So you might want to think about, okay, how far away from my torso can I maintain that core strength and have balance? So this is hard on that core. It's like, oh my gosh, right? Like, I got to really hold because everything's far away. Those big movements are really challenging for the core. So looking at what we did today, right? Why? Here, I'm taking those arms way out and I'm turning back, and then I'm coming all the way down and turning back. My extremities, my arms are far from my body. So you would not feel the same if your hands were here to here, here to here. Now you're going to still feel it, but not quite as much as when they're farther away from the extremities. So when you're on the ground again, in that earthquake position, right? So that's why as you lifted the arms, you have these long weights, if you will, that you're now holding up with that back, okay? Then you can try as well, if you're still not really shaking, which I can't imagine, try bringing your arms out this way, shoulders down. Now, I'm quaking just sitting here, okay, with the arms out wide. If I bring them back in, yeah, I can feel it, but not nearly as much. All right, so you can kind of play with that as well as you go through your week. Gee, how if my limbs and my extremities are far from my core, is that harder to maintain that core strength? So I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, it's okay. Who cares, right? You know me, I like to just wax poetic about all these things. So anyway, you guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll have this recorded. I'll put it also on YouTube so that you'll be able to easily find it. So I want you to have a beautiful, beautiful day, you guys. A great week. We'll be whittling the middle with our ball. And if you have any questions or if you have any additional things that you'd love for me to do for these Facebook Lives or just kind of in the middle of the week, just let me know. I'd love to do it for you. So you guys have great, once again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, be kind. Bye.